G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Now since it's almost 2018, I just want to quickly say that 2017 was a bit of an empty year. And why I'm saying this is because the channel didn't really upload much in the previous months. You know, the previous months were a little quiet for the games. But 2018 is most likely going to be our busiest year for a while. I don't know if you've realised, but there are some huge titles coming next year, and yeah, she's going to be a big one, so make sure you guys stay tuned, and the most important of all is subscribe. So yeah, thank you. Now let's talk about the movement for next year's Call of Duty. I really believe that it's going to be something we've never seen before, but not in an overdone way like Advanced Warfare, for example. That was just a way too hectic. I'm talking modern, boots on the ground, but with a buff. And what I mean by a buff is I think they are going to keep the specialists, and here's why. TREYARCH always come up with new ideas, and they really hate trying them once and then sort of scrapping them up straight after. For example, gobblegums. It was a new thing, it was a new feature that was brought into zombies, and it was actually quite a success. But the thing is, will they bring them back? And back on the previous topic, specialists, I really do think they're going to keep them. It was actually really fun having them in the game, but since the futuristic era received heaps of hate from Infinite Warfare, Call of Duty has sort of turned away from it. Now, this is where the movement comes in, and this is where I slightly predict what's going to happen. So specialists, I really do believe they're going to stay, but each specialist will be boots on the ground, but with a buff. And this is going back to what I was about to say before. So instead of having the plain old slide and dive, or slide and dive, I think that was all that was in the other games. What I think they should do is, okay, so I'm just going to make up a specialist real quick here, guys. So let's just make a specialist up called Riot. So Riot's support equipment is a deployable Riot shield. His movement strategy is a shield slide, and his specialist weapon is a mounted machine gun on top of his planted Riot shield. You know, something like that, with 3 parts of the specialist called support equipment, movement strategy, and a specialist weapon. I really think this sort of strategy in the specialist department could work in a modern era game. So let's do another one, for example. I'm going to call this one Glancer. So same as before, the 3 parts of the specialist character. So Glancer's support equipment can be a bear trap that can take 3/4 of the enemy's health when it's set off and slow the player down for 4 seconds. You know, something like that. That's not too OP, because it is a part of your equipment, so you don't want it, you know, OP. So let's move on to the movement strategy. So I think a movement strategy for this type of setup, I'm going to say it's a 3-step strafe. So this could be good for strafing out of a capture zone, for example, you know, really quick before you get shot. And the specialist weapon can be a Bowie knife, so sort of like the Ripper out of Black Ops 3. You know, Glancer can strafe 3 steps like his movement strategy into an enemy player, and instead of Spectre's ripping move, Glancer can just stab with his Bowie knife. You know, those are just some suggestions, guys. Like, I hope they are implemented. Who knows? But TREYARCH can really add some cool movements. The movements, like I just said before, like I've really had a good think about this. You know, they could even add a somersault, or even, you know, a dodge move. You know, there's just heaps of sort of boots on the ground movements that I think they can add in. But anyways, those are my so-called predictions. I would really like some modern movement strategies, though I think that would be a cool thing to add. But all in all, thanks for watching, and hopefully these come true. So cheers, guys, and I'll see you next time.